Hey everybody, how's it going? Octopus here, and welcome back to Union Cross. We got 3 new updates. One's a VIP, one's a high score challenge, and good news, guys, we got daily jewels, 1,400 jewels for the rest of the week. So if you guys were pretty close to doing a mercy pull for the new Kyrie, very good chance. So we'll start off with that since I'm talking about daily challenge event and get jewels and more. So basically magic mirror, Chippendales, and jewels. Straightforward. It's starting today until the 17th or 16th, depending where you are. You're going to earn 200 jewels each day, and at the end of it, you'll have 1,400 jewels in total. There's going to be Chippendales and magic mirrors, just like I said. So straightforward, nothing really to talk about, just really, really good for everybody. Free jewels. I hope they make this quest permanent, and that would be lovely. Thank you. Carrying on, we got the VIP. So King and Donald and Goofy medal, it's a tier 5 instead of a tier 4. So they did upgrade this medal from JP. JP has this medal, but theirs is tier 4. I don't know if they changed that or they're going to change that, but at present, from what I know, just my knowledge, it was released as a tier 4 medal. But everything else stayed the same. It's a 10-hit medal. Its upright speed, costs 3 gauge, and it ignores target's attributes. Now, looking at this medal, you might think, okay, well, there's nothing special, but it doesn't buff you, it doesn't debuff you, it doesn't add any effect. It's just a straight power hit medal, and that's exactly what it is. It's just a really heavy hitting medal. But the thing about this medal is that it fits beautifully on the Sleeping Lion and Olympia. So on Olympia, it's a little bit more awkward because Olympia's third slot is a 2.8 multiplier at max 35, where Sleeping Lion, if you make your Sleeping Lion plus level 26, on the last slot, you're going to have a 2.70 multiplier. So with the Sleeping Lion, guys, if you do level to plus 26, you're going to have this medal on the end of it if you guild this medal. If you're not going to buy both VIPs, it's definitely not something you should do because this medal itself is not worth 40 bucks. There's medals coming out, guys, you don't even understand. If you don't have a lot of money and you're only planning to buy the VIP probably like twice, save it, guys. Save it. There's a bunch of VIP medals that I'm pretty sure they're going to release as VIP medals that are going to be amazing and worth your not worth your $40, but for whoever's going to spend money on the game, it's worth more than spending $40 on this medal right here. So if you are planning to spend money, save it for those future medals because this is not one of them that's going to change your game drastically. But back to this medal, Sleeping Lion, last slot. If you put this on the last slot of a 2.70 multiplier, it's super effective to every type of enemy. So you look at this medal, you would think, okay, this medal's good versus magic medals. No, this medal's good versus everything. If you're facing a power enemy, this medal turns into a magic medal. That's how you want to picture it. When a medal says ignores target's attributes, picture it this way. This medal, when facing a power enemy, that green symbol turns into a blue symbol. It's not going to actually do that in the game, but that's basically what's happening. This medal becomes a magic medal, and that means you can use Moana or medals that buff magic to do extra damage. If you use medals that buff speed against a power enemy, then you're not going to get that power, you're not going to get that buff, you're not going to get that speed buff because it doesn't affect that enemy. So you can only use buffs that affects that enemy with this medal. So even though it's medal speed, you don't want to buff it with speed all the time. It turns into the opposite of what it's facing. So I hope that made sense. Again, power enemy, it turns into a blue magic medal. So you buff it with blue medals. Simple. So besides that, guilting this guy, his multiplier, according to the wiki, was like a 4.6, I believe. Something pretty high. It was pretty good. Let me just look it up real quick right now. I believe it's called the King. Well, I don't believe it's called. It's right in front of me, so I'm just going to copy it. I believe it's called this. Even though it's sitting right there, I'm going to call it whatever I want. So according to this, its starting multiplier is 3.6. So as a tier 5, it's going to get 150%, so that's a 2.50. Just multiplying that at the 3.6, guys, that's a huge multiplier already. And I'm pretty sure as you put all the dots into it, it's going to be close to 4. So this medal is going to reach a 10 multiplier pretty easily, actually. Let me just do some quick math here for you guys. Let's say it's a 4 multiplier. We times that by 2.5 for max guilt, and we get 10 on the dot. So if he becomes a 4 multiplier, this is going to be a 10 multiplying damage medal, which is pretty good, guys. So it does have a lot of damage. It is going to be one big heavy hitting medal, but is it worth dishing out the VIP? No, But whoever wants to buy the VIP this week, I would recommend, if you are going to buy it, don't try to buy the next one, because just the only reason VIP is really good this week is you're going to get that. So 1,400 jewels extra. Is it 1,400? Yeah. You get an extra 1,400 on top of your 3,000, plus you're going to get 1,400 for just a daily login of doing the jewel quest. And right here, down here, if you guys forget, level up skills, get experience, and evolve medals all in one quest is actually still here. It says here, April 3rd to April 16th or 17th, depending where you are. So not only are you going to get that new King Mickey medal with Donald and Goofy, but you're also going to get extra 1,400 jewels, and you got that really, really good VIP quest that unlocks a whole bunch of farming medals, so you never have to farm a day in your life again. And don't forget, guys, I don't think it's in the list here, but upgrade your storage is on half price right now. I don't know if it's on half price right now. We'll check when we go in. But you know what? Since I covered those two, let's jump into the game and look at the last notice, which is a high score challenge, which I'm super excited for. But before I do that, let's go to the shop real quick. Oh, I can't even check. But if you guys can, check, because I maxed out my storage on both my accounts to 900 just because. I don't recommend that right now because if everything's going on, you might not have enough jewels, but at least hit 500 storage to 600 storage and you should be safe. But check for me, guys. It should be 50. It was 50 during this week. I don't know if they carried over to this week, but it might be. If it's not, it's back to its regular 100. So the reason I'm saying that is because if you do buy the VIP, you can farm like crazy. There's 0 AP right now. Farm like crazy for that quest. If you got nothing else to do, you did your high score challenge run, you did the best you could, just farm this quest right here. Fill up your storage with all the evolve medals you can get. And it doesn't matter if it's full. Later on, just delete what you really don't need, and just keep doing that until you run out of everything, which will be probably a whole year. If you fill up a 900 storage with a whole bunch of this quest, you're not going to need medals for a very long time, because this drops HDLs and it's super incredible. That's enough about the VIP and my thoughts on it. It's not something to go hunting for. If you're planning to spend money in the game, just wait it out. But let's jump into the best part of this. The best part of this, well, besides a free jewel quest, is the high score challenge. Now, obviously, being the high score challenge it is, Kyrie's going to be it, Sora, and the Dark Riku, the two banners that are up right now. Very, very obvious. Oh, wow. Wow, chaos. I don't know if you guys watched my poll video on this account, but I actually pulled one. I actually pulled one out of the Kyrie poll, which should be right here somewhere. I'm actually happy about that. Boom, I got a 21% medal because of my 5 mercy pull for Kyrie. So I got Kyrie and World of Chaos. So I have 42%. Easily 42%. Let me just jump back into there. That's pretty cool, guys. This is my free-to-play account, by the way. I put no money into this game at all. If you guys don't know already, I've been logged in for 114 days. And as you guys can see, the medals purchased with jewels is 91. So I've done 9 pulls in total. But yeah, super excited about that. Again, a lot of people are like, oh no, they're not bringing back. I love how the VIP medals only worth 10%. They learned their lesson there with 14% Illustrated Bells and Beast. Last time they did this during the high score challenge, Illustrated Bell and Beast was 14%, and a lot of people made top 1,000 with that strategy with either a Zaldin B or Ursula. A fully gilded Ursula or a Zaldin B, and they bought the VIP pack and they annihilated top 1,000 with that. But they look like they learned their lesson. So if you do buy this, you're only getting 10% medals instead of 14% medals. So people who actually pull Iago and Monstro are going to do better than buying the VIP pack. So thankfully they did that and they didn't screw up again. I don't really call it a screw up, but they probably did it on purpose. But either way, I'm happy that they made it 10% this time instead. That's good, because it really gives everybody a fair chance. So besides that, a lot of people have the Sora, a lot of people have Illustrated Kyrie. I do not recommend spending all your jewels to gild her. Pull one and be happy, guys. Just one. One's enough. If you do manage to get 2 of them, I hope you guys took my warnings. I put in the comments sometimes, and I was telling people don't actually fuse these medals together right now, because the guilting campaigns for 1, high score challenge for 2. If you pull 2 Kyries, you had 42% right there, and 2 buffers. She would do the whole buffing thing for you. She would do the PSM buff up and down for their defense, and you'd have 42% right there on your Keyblade. So anybody who's combined them, I'm sorry that the message didn't get there faster, but anytime you guys see a medal pull banner or whatever, just wait it out a week for the high score challenge, especially if the banner's there for so long. I'm gonna make a strategy for this, guys, for free-to-play players. It's gonna be a little harder now because the trade system, I'm pretty sure you guys saw my video on my thoughts on trade system when it comes to competition like this. People that pull multiple medals and get certain trades are gonna have an easier time, but it might not be as bad as I try to express that time. So let's jump into this, and I'll take away everything here. I'm not going to use any percentage, so no Kyrie, none of that fancy schmancy stuff. We're going to go in with my old setup here, and I'm going to use something that pretty much everybody should be comfortable with. I'm going to use a Chippendale. I'm going to use a Chippendale to restore some of my SP, because I'm going to need that. So this should be good enough to actually just explore the place and see what's going on. I'm not going to use anything special here. We'll use Marluxia B because Marluxia B should be good enough. I don't think anything else here should be too much of a worry. I see a Jackie Sally with a dot in it. It has extra attack. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. The sack, man. You got so lucky. One roll and you got extra attack. I'm so jealous. So anyways, back to this video. Ooh, we can even use someone Maleficent B, and if they got extra attack, that's whatever. I was hoping they got another boost on this because they can make this medal, as you guys can see here, you can get another 1,000 attack. You can make this 9,200 plus that 1,000. This is a 10,000 attack damage medal, and its multiplier is at 3.36, which is really, really good. So we are going to use this since this was a farmable farmable medal. I can't speak. I try to go way too fast my words. But anyways, we're at 0%. We got our AoE medals, a friend medal, and then our heavy hitter is a single target. So we should be okay. We should be okay, but who knows what's going to happen. I can't walk apparently. So we're in the mining caves of the the 7 dwarfs. So L method is here. The high score challenge, little squeezing medal is here. You can just squeeze out most points by using specials. Or for the sake of this video, I might just swipe everything. I'm not 100% yet. Why not? I'm going to go for my ×3 single hit. The rest doesn't matter. Chippendales to restore some, and then I'm going to swipe because I already did my attack that I want to do. So nothing too fancy here. I'm not going to try to do a perfect score. Just look around, see what's going on. See how far this pushes. If it's one of those things that are like endless. I doubt it's going to be endless, but you never know. You never know what they might throw on us. Since I have Chippendale here, I can restore my gauges over and over and over again and not worry about it. So now that we have Kyrie and Chippendales, you guys should not be afraid to activate whatever you want, because you can just restore it right after with, like I said, your Kyrie or your Chippendale or Iago, whatever you really got there. And we got a whole bunch of chests. These high score challenges are going to be so much more challenging just because of how much people can restore their SP. You can go all out on every single enemy. You want to kill all enemies with a special attack. The more damage it does, the whole attribute system, the better of a score you'll get. I'll explain that in my next video. For now, I'm just going to activate everything and just clear everything, because as you guys can see, SP does not disappear. The only issue everybody's going to have is a lot of people got Illustrated Bell and Beast, like myself on my main account. I have ×6 strength buff with 1 medal, so that's going to make a huge difference compared to someone who doesn't have a ×6 strength buff. Because the tier buff was raised and so was the lowering of defenses, a lot of people are going to do solid damage compared to other people, and that really, really does affect the score, guys. So far it looks like it's straight. We got target this way, and then we have something up here. I actually like this. It feels like it's like a free roam. Or is that where I came from? Okay, never mind. I was like 2 paths. I've never seen 2 paths. Besides like something that's very open, but these mining cart places are straightforward. So here's the room with all the super tough enemies. Alright, so with these rooms, guys, you want to be able to run straight to the back and go for the hardest ones first. So we do have a helicopter's 400, and then we'll move ourselves all the way down. I'm guessing anyways. So again, I'm not going to worry about SP. I'm just going to go all out here, do as much as I can. I don't know if I'll be able to take out this guy with the setup, because this is just like the Illustrated Bell and Beast, Be My Guest high score challenge. It was just as challenging, so I don't know if I'll be able to do this. Okay, we do have enough damage. And the only issue with the Bell and Beast one before was my SP. SP was running out like crazy, but again, now that we have Kyrie and we have Chippendales, everybody should be okay for SP. So it's just bring in your heaviest hitters and do as much damage as possible. So there's no fear of actually running out of your SP because you guys can go crazy. There's a trait system of +2 gauge, so you actually have an extra 2 gauges. Whew, this guy did not want to go down. Oh, I don't know about here. Second chance of defense boost might be a thing if you can't one-shot it. I do have double cast on this, but nope, not even close to enough damage. So I couldn't do a full clear here. That's totally fine. I had to bring in a better setup than what I got right now. Again, everybody should have like a Kyrie from the Mercy Pull. So using Kyrie instead is going to be super good instead of my Chip and Dale there, because she's going to raise your strength and lower the defense. So facing that guy right there is going to make the world of a difference. Everybody should be able to 5-pull Mercy Pull, especially if you're a new account. I have a video that I just came out with showing you how to re-roll, and you get the 15,000 jewels you need in like the first couple of quests, guys. So if you have a really bad account and you've only been playing for like a month, I would recommend re-rolling and starting fresh now, because it's going to be super easy to complete a lot of stuff if you can grab stuff like this. But let's talk about the rewards and ranking. So this right here, SP Cinderella and Cinderella herself with Jack, is really, really good actually. For new players or just players in general that don't have a buffer and defense buffer, putting these two together and getting the extra attack trait on her, you're going to get a ×2 buffer and defense buffer, which is pretty good. Again, it's nothing that's going to be better than what people have now, but it's a new medal. It looks like all you had to do is make top 20,000. So if a lot of you did your polls and you didn't get Pooh or Piglet or any kind of strength buffer, you're going to have a very good time getting your strength buffer here. It's not the greatest again, but it's better than nothing. And if you pull multiple copies, let me just jump back into the other one. I wasn't really looking at the rewards. It looks like you need a score of at least 500,000, or is that 5 million? That's 5 million. I can't count, guys. So 5 million gets you your first Cinderella, 9 million gets you your second one, 10 million your third one, and then of course 15 million for your fourth one. So you get 4 of them in this rewards. If you at least grab 2 and you get extra attack on it, you at least have a ×2 buffer, as I'm pretty sure that's what it said it did. I didn't read the notice with you guys, but I'm reading it now. It's here for 7 days, and the medals themselves are exactly the same. It's just one's a tier 4 and the other one's a tier 3, and one costs less gauges. So the better medal obviously costs less gauges and is a higher tier, but they do exactly the same thing. Raise strength and defense of all attributes by 1 tier for 2 turns. So again, if you combine 2 of these medals together, you got a very good extra attack. If you get extra attack, you got a very good buffer, because in the second turn you're gonna have a ×4 buff, which is really, really good. None of our medals right now for strength buffing actually continues over the turn. It's only for 1 turn. So having, let's say you get 4 copies, combine 2 of them, you get extra attack, you keep that 1 copy, and then combine the other 2 as a separate medal, and if you get extra attack, you're actually gonna have ×4 buffer with 2 medals, and then on the second turn you'll have ×8 buffer, which is over the cap, which all you need is 7. So in 2 turns you can have full strength buff if you get super, super, super lucky. If not, if you get 3 copies and you don't have a ×3 buffer at least yet, I would keep 3 of these separate and just use 3 of them as your first 3 medals, and then your last 2 medals some heavy hitting medals. That's a bunch of recommendations if you don't have a strength buffer yet. There's a bunch of things you guys can do since it's trade system out, but again, don't worry. They know there's new players, so they're gonna add more than just this. Is it worth polling for? That's not a question, because everybody polled. So everybody has 21% medals. Everybody at least has 1, and with your friend percent medal, that's 42. Again, I'll make some strategy guys coming up really soon about this. As you guys can see, I failed my first one, and I made a score of somewhat 3 million. So 3 million with no percent boost though, guys. Look, take that in. 3 million with no actual medals having a boost. So that was 0% going in. If I actually went in with my 42% of my Keyblade and my friend medal, that would have been 63%. It's going to be really easy to hit those marks, I think. Like I said, bring in Zigbar. Zigbar is going to help a lot for the helicopters. For now, I'll figure out a strategy to squeeze the best score else for free-to-plays, then pay-to-plays, and so on and so on. But it looks like everybody should be on a pretty good even ground. Keep your Kyrie separate if you haven't pulled multiple copies yet, and you're planning to. Do not fuse them yet until the end of this high score challenge, because that's 2 debuffs and buffs right there, plus 42% score. So I think that's long enough for this video. I just kind of like pushed all my thoughts out there. I hope this helps out. I will be posting the next one very soon. I'm gonna do a couple runs for myself on my main account and this account, and I'll show you guys what I get, and I'll share you my ideas and my my pilot. I guess I'll pilot it for you to show you exactly what I attack first and what I save. But the whole SP chest thing is not even a problem now with Kyrie. Kyrie's gonna basically be like, hey, you know the SP chest in the first room? We don't have to walk all the way back to get it. I'll just do it for you. So it's gonna be really, really good, guys. I'm excited to see how this high score challenge turns out. This is the first one for Union Cross, so I'm definitely looking forward to ranking in this one, just to say, hey, I was in the first top 5,000 of the Union Cross. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.